What's going on, everybody? It's your boy, Derek D. Wild Man, doing another episode of Detroit Chess Killers podcast on this beautiful Saturday morning. Uh, Tuning in on this beautiful Saturday morning. What's going on, my good people? My good people. My good people. My good people. Hope y'all enjoyed y'all weekend. I'm starting. If you paid attention last time, I'm starting a new theme. And what I'm going to start doing is I'm going to start going over games. I'm going to start doing the puzzles of the day. So today, what we're going to do on what's going on, Will? What's going on, William Jackson? Shout out to my people in the chat, my boy William Jackson, good friend from Chicago. How you doing, brother? Hope you're in good peace and good spirits. Chilling on this day. So, if you've been following the show, you know that we had a elite chess arena tournament called the Checkmate Double. Arena, the time control was 3+1. First place was $50. Second place was $25. It was a free entry fee for the tournament. Uh, it was a good tournament. What's going on, James Smith? What's going on? We finna get ready to go over your game. I pulled up the game you played against FIDE Master Kevin Cupid. I think that's a good game to go over, especially you playing the title player, strong player out of Trinidad. So that's what we're gonna go over too. I'm just doing my intro, bro. Make sure you like, comment, and subscribe to my YouTube channel. What's going on, my boy Chris Shaw? Hope all my good people in there doing well, taking the necessary precautions. I wish nothing but peace and blessings for y'all. But back to what I was saying. I came up with this idea that I'm gonna do a monthly tournament and the entry fee is free. And if you don't know, FIDE Master Matthew Stevens, he played in it. We had National Master Dominique Myers, he played in it. FIDE Master Kevin Cupid. We had a Venezuela International Master named Richard Levy, he played in it. We had a pretty strong tournament. It was won by Matthew Stevens, he went undefeated. Second place was International Master Richard Levy from Venezuela. And then I came in third place. So what I'm going to do in this segment, I'm going to go over these games, and the first game I'm going to look at is I'm gonna look at James Smith's. As you can see, his game against Kevin Cupid. James Smith. Actually, that's so crazy because my middle name is James. My middle name is Derek James Wilder. James Smith is a strong player, I believe, out of Milwaukee, and in this game he got paired up against Trini Cupid, Kevin Cupid, FIDE Master out of Trinidad, good friend with an international master, Orlando Husbands. And he played the white pieces. And let me begin to break this game down. So the first move, we get E4 from my boy James Smith. And you know what I'm saying? When I teach chess, I always tell people fight for the center's knights before bishops get castled. That's just like the standard. So like anywhere the center, I call these moves E4, D4, C4. I call them the centers. The center squares are fighting for the center or the box. Kevin Cupid replied with C6, just like we saw in this last game against FIDE Master, International Master Richard Levy. Last time I played Kevin Cupid, we played over the board at the World Open. I think that was 2018, I may believe. It might have been 2018 or 2019. He actually played the center counter, which was a D5 first. So I see he just switched up his study and it has went to the Carol Khan. Carol Khan is a good opening too. Carol Khan to me is a very solid opening where you rely, in my opinion, you know what I'm saying, positional strength, and you can kind of avoid all them cheap tactics and all that other stuff. So my boy James went D4. I still like that, fighting for the center. D5. D5 is the Carol Khan. I call the Carol Khan the brother to the French defense. The French defense is East D5. So with D5 being played, for a lot of people don't know, you're staking your claim in the center, claiming your territory. When it comes to the Carol Khan defense, there's many replies for white. You have EXD5, the exchange variation, which Roman kind of made popular. He always uses the Bobby Fischer Tiger Petrosian game, where Fischer crushed him. You have Knight C3. I think that's called the classical. You have E5, which is the advance. F3, which is the fantasy variation. Bishop D3. I've been playing EXD5, CXD5, C4. The Panov, I can't pronounce it, something. So James Smith went to the E5 variation. Uh, not a not a bad variation. It just gives me when you go into E5, in my opinion, it just gives me French defense vibes. You know what I'm saying? That's just my personal opinion. There's nothing wrong with it. I always tell people when you take up an opening, it represents your personality. So E5, this is more like a quiet to me. It can be aggressive because there is some lines where you see the knight go to E2, F4, pawn to E6, hopefully in the future. Oh, you think I'm muted? Let me see. One second. Is I'm still muted? No, I can't be muted. 1 second. 1 second. Think I'm muted? No, I don't think I'm muted. Is I'm still muted? So I can't be muted. 1 second. So E5. No, I don't think I'm muted. Bishop F5. Oh, you can. Okay, you said you're most familiar with E5. I understand that. So E5, Bishop F5. I think that's this is book. You want to break, get your pawn out outside the pawn chain because you don't want to lock your bishop in with E6. This is standard. This is why a lot of people, in my opinion, play the French. I mean the Carol-Con defense because when you play the French, you get that bad white bishop. Standard. This is why a lot of people, in my opinion, play the French. I mean the Carol-Con defense because when you play the French, you get that. Yeah, you get that bad white. Yeah, that's a lot of people play it. So you get the bishop outside the pawn chain, E6. Also, now James Smith, since you're on here, what would you have played? What would you have played if he'd have answered C5? Cameron Tolliver, a player from Detroit, he played C5, kind of like a Carol-Con variation. But I understand that. You said sometimes I play the fantasy variation. Fantasy variation. I like it. I like it. I like it. I like it because it has similarities to the Smith-Morgan Gambit. Given the no problem, Hunter. Shannon, you kind of scared me for a minute. Bishop E5. This is book. This is book. Bishop F5. C3. H4. That's H4. So what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna use, you know what I'm saying, some engine help. H4. Maybe Bishop D3. Knight F3. Always like from the people I take lessons from and all that other stuff. Always taught and always was taught to me is develop your pieces first. You want to get knights before bishops, get castled, get safety. So you're saying C3 if black play C5. Well, if you play in that variation, you're pretty much like going to a French defense. I mean advance. Maybe G4 here. Maybe G4 if you want to be aggressive. But let's get to the game. Pawn H4, pawn H6, G4. The evaluation got you equal, so that's okay. Bishop E4. See, this is why I don't, in my opinion, I don't like this. You got F3 or knight F3 because he's attacking the rook. Never going to move the rook. You play F3, Bishop H7. Now, I tell all my students and my players when you play chess, you have to analyze the position after like the first 10 moves, and you got to look at the pros and the cons. Okay. White has center pawns right here. But look at, in my opinion, I know you're safe and all that other stuff because the piece, but look at these weaknesses in these holes. I just don't like playing chess like that. You got holes you got to cover up, which I mean, you're straight right now because black has no immediate attack. There's no way he can get to these squares, this loose king and all that other stuff. Black has a bishop developed. So I know the engine favors you, but I like black honestly in this position. So bishop d3, yes, you want to trade off the bishop. Bishop d3, queen d3, e6. This is pretty much the Carol-Con. You have a solid pawn structure, hard for white to break in. Now, looking at this position, we know black is going to develop all its pieces. You may see knight e7, knight g6, bishop e7, castle. That's a plan. You probably can see c5, knight 6. That's a plan. You could probably see queen b6. That's the plan. Right. Is in this position. What is your plan? Castle side just looks that's out the question. And do you want to castle queen side maybe until you know what I'm saying? Just a potential, you know what I'm saying? The time knight c6, rook c8. These are just questions. I'm just asking you why I'm, you know what I'm saying, going over going over this game, my good brother. So you respond bishop e3. Bishop e3 is good. You're still developing your pieces. He played queen b6. I kind of figured that queen b6, putting pressure on b2. B2. You went knight c3, ignoring the threat. Now, for a lot of people out there, I know this happens a lot in the Sicilian defense. Sometimes grabbing this pawn on b2, it may be free, but it can be bad in some cases. It's called a poison pawn. Queen b6 right now probably would be bad because of rook b1, then coming down getting this b7 pawn, and white will have clear control of the seventh. So we know he's not going to grab that. Knight d7, knight ge2. I like your position now. Now from James, just from a few moves ago to where your position is now, I like your position. I really do. You're in development. You have a chance of castling either queen side or king side. Uh Hell, you can possibly put your king on f2 if you want to, and sit it there and create uh an attack. So now if I'm playing black, the same question that I asked you, what would black play? Because black has a lead. I mean, black is so far behind in development. You know what I'm saying? Excuse me. And if it was me, I apologize. If it was me in this position, probably want to play knight e7. I probably want to get my pieces like developed immediately, because what I always tell my students is the first person who develop all their pieces and get castle, you have a lead in the development, you can start your attack faster. And I feel like now after you castle, you have a lead in development, and black doesn't. So you can be attacking him while he's still trying to, get his king into safety. So, in this position, I have to agree with you. You have the better position. He played a6. I still think a6. I still think his plan is too slow. Don't get me wrong. I know the time control is 3+1, but I think this is too slow. A6 is too slow. You castle, but maybe f4, going to the f5. Start your attack immediately. Maybe f4, pawn f4, going for the f5 break. I probably would have played this. I mean, I can castle now, but there's no rush to castle because he has 2 pieces he has to get developed. You know what I'm saying? 2 pieces he have to get developed. While all your pieces is developed, you have both your knights developed, your bishop developed. Okay, if you wanted to, you could play king f2, connect your rook. You know what I'm saying? So you have the initiative. And I think right now in this position, maybe you could have went f4, f5, starting an attack, putting pressure on this weakness. You see what I'm saying? I mean, castling is still a good move, but I just think start it now. Go for it now. You know what I'm saying? Go for it now in this position. And stuff like that can, you know what I'm saying, separate a win from a loss, especially when you're playing. I tell a lot of people this: when you play somebody higher rated than you, you can't be afraid to take, for example, in my opinion, I believe if this was a player that was lower rated than you or around the same rating of you, you would immediately play f4, f5 going for the break. But since you saw he was a FIDE master and he was 2300 lichess, you respect the rating and played castling. So, I mean, it's not a bad move. It's just a what if. You know what I'm saying? That's just my opinion to help your game out, because he can't attack because he's still behind in development. All your pieces are developed. So I think you kind of let a slight advantage slip away. He played queen c7. Like, this is, I'm being honest with you. I don't understand his plan. Like, to me, wasting too many tempos. F4. Okay, now you see it. F4. We're finna break on F5. He went C5. I think this is too slow. Okay, James, you're listening. I see you watching and tuning in. Make sure you subscribe to my YouTube channel. And I'm going to tell you something. You blew a win in this position. You played knight d1 in this position. Now I'm going to ask you this question in front of everybody. 1 second on the chat. He went c5. He went pawn c5. You went f4. When you played f4, your plan was to get f5 in. Like, why go knight d1? Can you explain that to me? That's slowing your attack down. Knight d1 is slowing your attack down. f5 is completely winning. f5 is completely winning. I'd have played f5, no questions asked. You blew this game, my good brother. Why was you scared of why? Let me know why did your d1? To me, this is a no-brainer. Okay, he goes c4 now. I just bring the queen back. Queen back. You see, I just bring the queen back and I'm winning. And now he really can't develop his pieces because what's going on, Lawrence? He really can't develop his pieces because you're attacking and he's not developed. You see what I'm saying? What's going on, my good brother Lawrence, man? Good to hear from you, bro. Still waiting on, you know what I'm saying, that chessboard. I'm just over here, you know what I'm saying, going over some games, trying to kick back the knowledge, help a brother out. You know what I'm saying? I'm not no GM myself, but I try to, you know what I'm saying? The bros out. I don't like knight d1. Knight d1 to me, like if you're watching over, I think knight d1 is a mistake. In chess, man, you got to know when to strike. Knight d1 it slowed your attack down. It really did. I mean, it's like wasting the move. It's like you went from beating somebody. Put it like this: you went from you were in a fight and you and your brother was jumping on somebody to telling your brother, no, you know what I'm saying? I give it just like this. When you went knight d1, in my opinion, that's just like you're fighting somebody who's 6'7", 275, 600, 275 pounds. But you and your brother just going to town on him. You just basically told my bro, man, hold up, man. Let me, you know what I'm saying? Let me square off with him. You know what I'm saying? Knight d1. Let me see. Honestly, I suck at quick chess. I'm primarily a classical player, and I agree with that too. But your initiative should be good. Like f5, you played f4 to go f5. You know what I'm saying? And I'm pretty sure if you'd have got f5 in, I don't care how strong he is, and the 3+1 time control, you probably would have won the game. But it's all good. It's all love. You know what I'm saying? You my chess family, and this is what we do. We get a game back. So let's see. Knight d1, knight e7. See, he immediately got that knight into e7 because he don't want f5. You know what I'm saying? He's protecting this behind. c4. I don't like c4. I don't like c4. Why I don't like c4, James? I don't like c4 just for the I don't like c4 just for the simple fact, and it's just my opinion, bro. He could take on c4, queen c4, put the knight. For example, he could play dx c4. I'm just queen c4, put the knight on d5 if he want to. Now he got a strong knight. That's one line, one variation. I just saw that just off the top of my head. Also, he could play cx d4, in c4 again with the pawn and the queen, right? Queen a4, queen c4 if he wanted to. That's another variation. Cx d4, knight x d4, what put the knight dx c4, knights come out c5. Fighting for the c4 is just c4 in my opinion is like, I see what you're trying to do, but when you play chess, and I understand you're a better classical player than Blitz, you still got to see plans. And what I tell my students is, when you play chess, you want to make your plan work and stop your opponents. You don't want to give your opponent no counterplay. I call that, you know what I'm saying, putting people, you know what I'm saying, in the headlock. You know what I'm saying? So that's my opinion with that. I don't. I'm trying to sit here and trying to figure out, do I, you know what I'm saying, like a better move than c4. 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 maybe that's C4 move. Maybe maybe I'm trying to figure out. I became afraid. I knew that I was better, but I was failing a long time, and because I was desperate. Okay, I can respect that, but still, even when you're desperate and you're, you know what I'm saying, the wounded you animal, you still want to fight and you want to put pressure. So let's just go back. Maybe C3. Maybe knight F2. I'm just calling out some moves, but not C4. You know what I'm saying? Not C4. Maybe knight F2. Uh, C4. Let's just figure out what happens. CXD4, correct. He's gonna break the center down. Knight DXC4. Now you're down the pawn against a FIDE master. You see what I'm saying? And at that level, being 2300 FIDE master against, you know what I'm saying, a class A player, you got to figure with accurate play, he just increased his, you know what I'm saying, chances to win in like 90, you know what I'm saying, 90%. Now on top of that, he could bring this knight to this squared 5 where it looks good, hitting this bishop, and now your attack doesn't look good. So I think we're gonna play the rest of the game out, but I think your problem is this game. I know you said you was down on time. You know what I'm saying, you gave him counterplay. So Queen E2, Knight D5, Bishop F2. Now, I think you got down on top. Stop. Let me say this right. I think you started to get down on time and started to panic. Because now you play Bishop F2, right? Bishop F2, I could have took on F4. You see what I'm saying? And that's another pawn. Hitting F4, and then this pawn on E5 will begin. You see what I'm saying? To fall. So I think now you probably got down on time control. Excuse me. And started blitzing. But he didn't even take it. He just developed the piece, Bishop C5. Because I guess when you play, excuse me, when you play against, when you're a higher rated player, you play against a lower rated player, majority of the time, in my opinion, the chess and the knowledge the opening prep be there and all that other stuff. But the higher rated player eventually believes that the lower rated player is going to do something to have his position crumble, and he's going to take advantage of it. And that's what we're seeing. Bishop C5, Queen E4, B5, Knight E6. We got a sacrifice. So James, we keeping it real. See, I think I know why you played this sacrifice. I really think I know why. I think you played this because I don't know. What is it? FX E6, Queen G6. Maybe you thought here. I'm trying to figure out this plan behind this sacrifice. Because this is free. This is free. I could take this, which you may get a pawn on G7. Let me see. FX E6, Queen G6, check. King D8. He was never going to go there. Queen E6. You got to grab this. If you're going to grab a pawn, man, grab G7, I guess. Not E6. Because Queen E6, right? Queen E6. Let me see. Queen E6. Did he grab F4? Did he grab F4? See, I'd have grabbed on F4. I'd have grabbed on F4, hitting the queen, hitting H3. That would have been my play. Let me see what else. Queen E6. The knight is free. This is being challenged. This is being hit. Knight F4. Where the queen go after knight F4? Queen here, here, here. Let's see. Bishop F2, Rook F2, Queen C5. I like this. I like this play. I like this. Solidifying. Now, I tell a lot of people you can't win the game when you sack a piece. You sack a piece because you're in the lead of development, you have initiative, or you have enough pieces to get how can I say it? When you sack a piece, in my opinion, you're sacked because you have a lead in development A. Two, you figure like your development is so in my opinion, your gap is so wide that you can create so much pressure because your opponent's behind the development, or your pieces are coordinated so good you can pull it off. And this, you just pretty much gave a knight away, you know what I'm saying, for a pawn. And then look at your pieces. What else pieces? I can see if maybe a knight here on F5, D6 or something. But look at your pieces. The majority of your pieces are all on the back rank. You know what I'm saying? He could play rook E8 now, kick you out. Maybe he could go king C7, bring the other rook here, have them talking to each other. Uh, so I think that was like probably a move out of desperation. I don't know, because Kevin Cupid is a pretty slow chess player. So I don't know if you're trying to, you know what I'm saying, get him on some time, because remember this time control was 3+1. Knight C3, knight F4. Yeah, so he could take knight F4 now because the queen is pinched. Then on top of that, he got knight H3 check coming. After you move this queen, after this queen move, knight H3 can get played, check, and win the rook. It can win the rook. You got to see your combinations, your tactics. So let's see what happened. Queen F5. See, that's what I'm saying. Rook F8. He didn't even see now. Now you're seeing the true strength. He didn't even go for knight H3 immediately. He didn't. You see what I'm saying? He lined up. So now he's planning to come down with the rook. So once the queen move, maybe knight D3, knight H3. Either, man, he's putting you in the Jimmy squeeze headlock. Knight E4. Knight E4. Queen F2 check, of course, because the rook is still on the queen. The king F2, knight D3. Yep. Look at these pawns. So now I'm gonna grab this pawn. Bloop, got me a roller coming. King D2, E3, rook F5, EX F5, knight E5. Woo! Tough game, tough game, tough game, tough game, bro. Tough game. Tough game right there. That was a tough game. Give me 1 minute. I have to take a break. I'm gonna go over another game for you. I'm gonna leave it on Blitz. Make sure you like, comment, and subscribe. Woo. Yeah. Can I make the board larger? Yes, I can. Let's see. What's going on, sir? What's going on? So let me find another game for my good brother. Let me see. Just like music. I want to get a game you won. Yeah, you blew a win. You blew a F5. F5 in my opinion was crushing, because you had the lead in development and all that other good stuff, man. I think he was just kind of scared, intimidated, in my opinion. That's just my clearly, you know what I'm saying, opinion. Like, you played good chess. You know what I'm saying? You played phenomenal chess. I just think when you had the chance to take your opportunities, you respected his rating too much. You know what I'm saying? You respected his rating too much, and you can't let them opportunities go. But now we're finna go into another game that you played against. You played against Chris Sims. You played against Chris Sims. If y'all don't know who Chris Sims is, Chris Sims is word for word. He's out of Detroit. He the one came up with the concept of doing this tournament, the Checkmate Double tournaments. He shots off props, and my hats off to him. He the one came up to the with the idea of this tournament. He helped sponsor uh, the payout. Him, my good brother Jerome Work. So now we're finna go over another game you played. You had the black pieces this time. And I already know me and Chris, we grew up together. We played chess, a lot of chess in Detroit. I know that without even looking at this game, I know he was attacking you. He was aggressive. Because one thing I know about my boy Chris, he's going to throw the kitchen sink at you. So let's start off. I know Chris is the E4 player, E4, E6. Mr. Smith, you are a French player. You are a French player. I see. Knight F3. I'm surprised Chris played knight F3. Usually you get D4 and knight D2 against him. Pawn D5, D4. That's what I'm saying. In chess, styles makes fights. So, like you said, my boy Chris is an attacking player. His favorite players are Emery Tate, Alexei Shirov, Mikhail Tal. He likes to play tactical, complicated positions. So I haven't even saw this game. But if you won this game is going to make you look like you're 22, 2300 because Chris is a player. If his attack works, he looks like a grandmaster. If it don't work, it's bad. So let's see. DX E4. Yep, DX E4, knight G5, knight F6. This knight is out of place for my good brother. I don't like this. H6 may be coming next. Let me see. So knight C3, bishop B4. See, now if you'd have played the last game like this against Kevin Cupid, you would have won. See, you're taking, how can I say it in my opinion? You're making the improvements. Like chess is about winning small battles to win a big war, in my opinion. You know what I'm saying? Bishop B4, okay, you trying to get this pawn on E4. I'm going to pin you. I'm not going to give it to you. You see what I'm saying? Now you got the threat of H6 kicking them out. This knight probably have to go to H3. We all know the saying, the knight on the rim is dim. You see what I'm saying? And you're playing this with confidence. Bishop D2, knight D5. I don't know about knight D5. I don't know. I don't like knight D5. I don't. Why do you want to trade off pieces? I don't like maybe castling. I don't like maybe even taking here, holding on to this pawn on E4, this center pawn. I don't like knight D5 at all. I mean, castling B6. I'm just the belief of never moving the same piece twice in the opening. You see what I'm saying? You already developed to knight F6. Why go knight D5? I'm not saying it's a bad move. It's your preference. That's just my opinion. Knight X E4. Now the position has changed. These knights look all right now. And we're probably going to trade off these dark square bishops. You know what I'm saying? And win the French. We already know how important the dark squares is. Bishop D2, Queen X D2. Now, few moves, in my opinion, you had the better position, but now I'd rather play white because now I could probably castle queen side, throw some pawns at you. You ain't this developed. So I think, like you said, chess is a game. H6, knight F3, knight D7. All typical normal stuff. 4, get this knight up here. Knight F6, bishop D3, typical Chris Sims stuff. Knight X E4, bishop X E4, knight F6, bishop C2. Looks good. And then you play B6. I don't like B6 for some reason. I don't like B6 because maybe knight E5. I don't know, bishop A4. Bishop A4. Man, I don't know. I mean, I'm trying to, you know, evaluate the position, but to me, just B6 looks wrong in this position. I just want to see how Bishop H4, Bishop A4, Bishop D7, uh, B6, Knight 5, Knight E5. This just looks like a hole. I just feel like it got to be something there. But let's see, Rook D1. I don't know. Rook D1, I'm pretty sure Chris was trying to castle and just play Rook D1. I'm 100% sure. Queen E7. I don't understand. Let me ask you a question, sir. What is your plan? What's the point of Queen E7? You're just trying to play C5 now? Is this why Queen E7 is played? For you to play C5? How about just finishing your development? Bishop B7, putting pressure on this diagonal. How about putting the bishop on D7 and trying to throw a knight into E4 or something? Then you possibly can support it with pawn F5. I don't understand Queen E7. It looks like, Mr. Smith, to me, you have, put it like this, it looks like you have a problem coming up with a plan. It's like you get lost and you try to figure it out at the board instead of coming up with concepts and themes. You got to know your weaknesses and strengths, what favors you and doesn't favor you. Queen E7, Knight E5. That's a typical Chris Sims move, putting pressure on E5. I mean, I knew that was going to be played. You know, Bishop B7 because you don't want the knight coming to C6. And see, Chris blew an opportunity. Bishop A4 check. This is what I said. Bishop A4 check. Now you probably lose the right to castle. He butchered that. He butchered that. Let's see what he played. He castled. So you caught a break. You castle. I think the position is about equal now. I don't really see like no huge advantage either way. He does have this strong bishop right here with a knight here. I don't know, maybe a F4, F5 break or rook E1, D4, D5 break for him. I'm pretty sure you would probably come with some C5 counterplay with a rook on D8. In my opinion, Queen E7 was simply developing. That's all. I'm gonna go back to Queen E7. Okay, look at your position. You say Queen E7 is simply developing. That's all. You could have just castled. I mean, you're developing the queen to E7. Don't do nothing. I just think right here, man, just castle or play bishop B7. In my opinion, your queen is perfectly fine on D8. You know what I'm saying? That's just my opinion, bro. You know what I'm saying? But hey, we're here to help each other. I'm not no GM. It's just my opinions. They could be wrong. B3, Rook D8. What is taking you so long to play C5? What is taking you so long to get your counterplay back? You know what I'm saying? You have to get active and strike in the center. I think you're scared. Rook D8. Maybe Rook FD8. Rook FD8. Maybe Rook FD8. I'm trying to understand like why. What is taking you so long to, get pawn C5? Okay, so if you play C5, let's just go over it. Let's go because the C5. If he plays D5, what's EX D5? I just take what is this knight is hanging. What's the threat? I think sometimes you I don't like you said, I haven't played you personally, but I think sometimes from going over your games, I think you talk yourself out of good moves. Like you see it, you know it's the good move, but you'll be afraid to play it. Rook D8 by Chris. Queen F4. I like Queen F4. I like Queen F4. Knight D7. Knight G4. This is a Chris Sims move. Maybe thinking about sacking on H6. I know him. I play him a lot. Pawn F5. Queen C7. Whoa. Okay, now this is where it's finna get crazy. So you took on G2 and he went knight E5. This had to be what was knight E5 for? What was knight E5? See, knight E5. I don't is he thinking knight X E5? Let's see how they let's see how is he knight G6? I don't hell. Let's see how this turned out. Bishop F1. So he gave the rook away. And he just took Queen G5. Check. here, knight, rook g1. I like that. Okay, so your tactics are not that bad. Queen g3, rook d4. Bringing down the hammer, double up on the bub, like Jimmy say. Rook f4. Queen h4. Next time in this position, queen h4. Lights out. James Toney. Rook f4 is not bad. The game's pretty much over. Rook f2. Ooh. Rook g4. The engine say you got mate 4. I'm trying to see it. Rook e2. Here. g1. Good games, good games, good games, good games, good games, good games, good games. Let me come back, talk my stuff. Good games, James Smith. Good game, good games, good games. For me going over your games, in my opinion, of you playing, you're a pretty decent, strong player. I just think for me watching you, I think you talk yourself out of plans. Like you know what you're supposed to do, but you don't do it because I think your problem is you respect your opponents so much. Everybody in chess makes mistakes. Magnus makes mistakes. Everybody makes mistakes. And you can't fear your opponent. You can't go into a tournament like you had Kevin Cupid defeated. He was a FIDE master. And I think you was just putting too much respect on his name, like Birdman say, because you had that game won. If you play F4, F5, and he's behind on development, he can't develop his knight's not developed, his bishop's not developed. Your castle, you got a rook on F1, your queen is on D3. You see what I'm saying? F5 immediately. You have a lead in development. He doesn't have a lead in development. You've accomplished the fundamentals in chess. You fight knights before bishops, fight for the center, get castle. I was always taught once you develop all your pieces, you have a lead in development. Now you have a lead in development. You can you come up with all type of concepts. You was really supposed to win that game. You was really supposed to win that game. His counterplay was slow. You see what I'm saying? But what you notice, if you go back and go over that game, and I'll probably go over that game with you again privately or something, you notice once he developed all his pieces, right? He started attacking. He didn't wait. He didn't wait for his opportunities. He took it. And I think that's what you have to do. But you're a phenomenal chess player. I could see that you're very, very strong. It's just some minor things that you have to work on. You know what I'm saying, to get you over the hump, like immediately. Night after he played C5, you shouldn't even thinking about playing knight D1, F5 immediately. Remember, a strong player told me this in chess. If both of y'all trying to attack each other or attack each other, somebody's gonna get killed. You can't be attacking each other in chess at the same time. Somebody got to be defending. Somebody got to be attacking. So if you to play F5, if you to play F5 and he to play like CXD4, you could have played FX E6. You had so much play. You had a phenomenal position. Them is positions that for example, if you get that position and give it to Kash Maduri, Daniel Muhammad, you know what I'm saying, a Big Pond, a Tom Murphy, they're killing Kevin Cupid. No, Mike checkmate him. You see what I'm saying? He's not going to give a player over, you know what I'm saying, 2,000 plus that much activity. You know what I'm saying? And sometimes as higher rated chess players, you look at a lower rated chess player and you don't give them their best game because you figure, hey man, he's going to mess up. You know what I'm saying? So I enjoy watching your games. See what I'm saying? I would love to have you on my podcast. You know what I'm saying? Message me. Maybe we could set this up. I know you said you're from Milwaukee. I don't really know the chess scene in Milwaukee. I know back in the day when I was a kid, they had the USCF Nationals there back in the day. I would love to get you on the Detroit Chess Killers podcast for you could let the world know how's the chess scene in Milwaukee. Who are some of the best chess players? Keep pushing, bro. Keep pushing. I look forward to having you play in the another tournament. I'm thinking about doing it in the middle of May. So I'm calling out all the chess players and again now. We're gonna do Checkmate Double, the Elite Chess Arena Tournament #2. It's going to happen in May. When I get finished, I'm gonna put this post in the Detroit Chess Killers group. If you want to play, most definitely, most definitely, most definitely. It's all peace and love. Like I'm free. I'm free on the weekends. Hit me up. I would love, like you said, when I do my podcast, it's about letting people know what's going on in the community. You know what I'm saying? The chess community. And like you said, you could be a pillar, you know what I'm saying, in Milwaukee chess. You know what I'm saying? I would love to come out, you know, like you said, Milwaukee's not even that far from Detroit. I could possibly, like you said, in the future, see us coming down there playing chess, interacting. What would you approximately my rating at? Okay, I can't do that now. We could play some games, but I'll just say, looking at your play, I'll say around, put it like this. When you played the game against Kevin Cupid, you started off, I say you was pushing pretty much 2000 between 1800. 2000 between 1800. Then I saw the drop, you know what I'm saying? And skill. So I believe you could be a high expert player with proper understanding of positions because I'm telling you, I'm gonna give you another example. My boy William Jackson out of Chicago, he's a positional player, great friend of mine, mathematician, plays the English, plays the perk. Tactics is not his strong point. I mean, he can get tactical, don't get me wrong. I don't want to say that. My boy Will can get busy with that perk. But he likes playing closed positions. After C5, he'd have played F5 immediately. Knight D1, he wouldn't have played. You see what I'm saying? So I think it's stuff that you can work on, but I can see that you are a pretty strong player. You know what I'm saying? Keep pushing. Like you said you're gonna hit me up, get on the pod. About 18, 1900. About 18, 1900. But you can't, in my opinion, let go of that initiative like that, big bro. You can't do it, bro. You can't do it. Because that makes games. I matter of fact, what I'll do is I'll go through one of my games and I'll next week that's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna show you a game where I played against I sacked on the expert. I was like 16. I was about 1700. 1700. I beat my first. I beat my. Put it like this. I'll tell you a story and I'm in this. In Detroit, I was like 18, 1900. But I'm respected on the blitz circuit around here. But I had a monkey on my back because I never defeated nobody over 2000 or 2200. I did. All my boys have at least beaten one expert, one master. So bothered me. So I had to go back and like realize, see what I was doing wrong. And once I realized that I was respecting the rating too much, you know what I'm saying? Like I would see a player, oh, he 2300, 2400, 2200. I would go in there subconsciously thinking, damn, I'm playing the game, but you know what I'm saying? I'm going to lose. You can't have that mentality. And what got me over that hump is I played actually it was Return of the Titans, or it might have been our March Madness tournament. It was Blitz. It was a Blitz tournament. I played FIDE Master Rohan from Canada, and I sacked a piece on him. I remember the line. It was the Accelerated Dragon, and it was a book sack, but I played it and I won, and that's when I realized, you know what I'm saying. You know what I'm saying. You know what I'm saying. They make mistakes. They make mistakes, and I think in that game you just gave bro, too much respect, man. Chess is a war game. Remember that, man. When you line up in front of them pieces, man, it's you versus the man, bro. And you got to have that alpha mentality. You know what I'm saying? Win, lose, or draw. You know what I'm saying? And that's what I like about my boy Chris Sims. You know what I'm saying? Even though you defeated him, one thing I love about him, matter of fact, him and my boy Steven out of Chicago, the pastor. You know what I'm saying? One thing I love about them brothers and they chess game. Win, lose, or draw, they're gonna throw the kitchen sink at you. They're gonna play you the same way. They're gonna no matter what's the opponent rating is 1,300, 2,600, 2,900, 3,000. You're gonna get the same game from both of them guys. They're gonna throw the kitchen sink at you. You know what I'm saying? They do not respect people ratings, titles, etc. And that's how you have to be. And once you get that mentality when it comes to chess, you will easily start defeating a lot of high rated players. You know what I'm saying? Because they make mistakes too. You know what I'm saying? And a lot of people, I'm not saying some of them, but a lot of them psychologically can't deal with having pressure put on them from a lower rated player. You see what I'm saying? So I think you're a phenomenal chess player, bro. Phenomenal chess player. I drew a grandmaster and the first position I could have won, used the sack. I mean, it's okay. It's okay. This is why we play the game of chess. I've been there. You know what I'm saying? I've been there. And it's going to take some time. But let me tell you something. If you know your stuff, bro, if you know your stuff and if you're confident in it, I mean, chess, you got to think about this too. When we play chess, it's so many lines, it's so many variations, it's so many calculations. Sometimes they're not going to see them all, but you can't count on them seeing it all. That's all I'm telling you. You know what I'm saying? Uh I hope y'all love this show. I hope y'all love this show. This is gonna be like a segment of my show from now on. You know what I'm saying? Going over games. Like I said, Mr. Smith, message me after I end this. I would love to have you on the Detroit Chess Killers podcast to let us know your background. Uh Let us know the chess scene in Milwaukee. You know what I'm saying? Uh like you said, the sky's the limit for you and your chess career and your chess game. And you're there, bro. You're there. You know what I'm saying? You will be expert breaking 2,000 in no time, man. No time. Just got to tighten up on some few things and you got it, bro. You know what I'm saying? I'm from Detroit, bro, and we talk cash money, crap, you know what I'm saying, about people chess game and all that other stuff. And I'm not just saying this because I'm on the show and all that other stuff. I've told some of my friends that they'll never make 2,000. You see what I'm saying? If I slapped them in the face with it, their rating would never be 2,000. But you're there. You're there. You have to, like I said, sharpen up on some few things. And shout out to my boy Jermaine Howlett. He always tell me, man, quit aiming your ceiling so low for 2,000. So next time I talk to you, me and you talk, we don't want to talk about breaking 2,000, bro. We want to talk about becoming national masters. You see what I'm saying? That sounds better. National master James Smith sounds better than expert. You see what I'm saying? James Smith. You see what I'm saying? Shoot for the moon for you can land on the stars, or however that saying is. Like you said, National Master Derek Wilder sounds better than just Derek Wilder. He's an expert. You see what I'm saying? So I'm not gonna waste y'all time. I just want to say peace, love. Shout out to my boy Jerome Works out of Philadelphia. Shout out to my good brother Lawrence Reed. I'm gonna say this once again, bro. I'm still waiting on my chessboard. Thanks to him. If y'all don't know, uh Lawrence Reed, custom made, got me I think a nice I said I got the baddest chessboard probably in the state of Michigan. So shout out to Lawrence Reed. He's very humble about it, but I think he's the best chess collector in the Midwest. He's gonna say it's two more people that got no, they don't. I ain't saw it. So in my opinion, he has the best chess collection of boards in the United States till you prove me otherwise. You see what I'm saying? And even if you prove me otherwise, his collection, I put it up there with anybody. So shouts out to him. You know what I'm saying? Big fan of the show. Jerome Works from out of Philadelphia. I got to give props off to him because when we did the first tournament, he was contacting me. He was messaging me every day. He was recruiting players to get in the tournament. So shouts out to him and the brothers in Philly. You know what I'm saying? Look forward to Checkmate Double Elite Chess Arena #2 probably coming on in May. I'll post a date soon. We will probably be doing it again. I'm still gonna probably keep the same structure. First place $50, second place $25. Hit me up if you want to play. Look forward to a Matthew Stevens podcast because a lot of people don't know once you win them tournaments, you're supposed to come on a podcast, talk about it, maybe go over some games and all that other stuff. It's Saturday. Not gonna talk y'all folks to death. If you have a YouTube page, I know y'all be watching me all on Facebook Live, and I love all the support. But if you watching me on Facebook now and you have a YouTube page, I'm gonna post a link in the group. Make sure you go hit that subscribe button, like, comment, subscribe. I'm on the road to 1,000 subscribers, 1K. I'm at 93. I'm just keep on trying to build the you know what I'm saying, the chess community up. And also, before I leave, I'm going to be back tomorrow. And I want to say shout out to my boy Nathan Kelly because Josh Colas is he's playing a match tomorrow, I believe. He's playing some international match against California. Don't get me wrong. I want to do my review about it. I'm gonna tell you right now, I'm gonna ride with Josh Colas. I'm taking him to win. But I've heard that this kid is the truth out of California. So I'm going to come back tomorrow, probably around the same time, give my opinion of that show. I'm probably gonna try to bring somebody on. Add me, guys. Yeah, add me. Yeah, add my I'll leave it up there. Add my there you go. Add my boy James Smith on lichess, Jesse Smith, 615. Peace, love. Tune in tomorrow. I'll be back to give my pre-game about the match, but I'm letting you know I'm taking Josh Colas by they played 21 games. I'm taking Josh Colas to win by 4 or 5 games. Peace, love, be safe, enjoy y'all day. Keep chessing. James, man. Keep pushing, bro. Like I said, man, you strong, bro. You're there. Just some small things you gotta work on. Maybe look at a book like Force and Moves. Before I let you go, maybe look at a book named Force and Moves, Attacking Chess, Grandmaster Combinations, stuff like that to help you out. You got it. And I'm not, like you said, I'm gonna call you every time I see you, I'm gonna call you National Master James Smith. Be safe. I hope y'all enjoyed the show. Thanks for all the support. I'm out. Peace.